How we doing, everyone? So this is the very last episode of season 2 of my brilliant Liverpool save. I've actually played it already. You'll see that there's another video that's been accompanied with this one. Basically, the other video is the whole episode, how I basically played it. The problem was, my microphone didn't record, so you couldn't hear what was going on and the way I wanted to set the things up as I usually do before the final and things, which obviously we're due to play Barca, aren't we? So yeah, it didn't kind of work out the way I wanted. I was a bit disappointed that the microphone didn't record. So if you prefer to watch the whole episode as it happened, obviously not hearing me speak, which probably most of you might not even mind, then that is available. That episode will be accompanied by this one. You'll find that in the playlist, but this one is basically going to be a little bit different. I'm going to recap it and show you how we got on, like what happened in the finale of the first season, basically. And yeah, just so you could sort of hear my thoughts on how I felt things went and everything. So that is the purpose of this, basically. So what we found at the end of the previous episode was that West Ham actually beat Man City. They beat them 2-1, judging by the stats and things. City were the better team. But yeah, West Ham got a really good win there away from home. Brilliant win, 2 sending-offs for both of them. So what that did, that gave West Ham the advantage to get second place. They were a point in front of us going into the final game in second, and we were in third. We couldn't move from third, really. United could have got the level points with us if they won their game and we lost, but our goal difference was so much greater that they would need to really literally destroy a team that's never been done before. So third was guaranteed, but we were looking for that second spot. We wanted that second spot. We've been on about it all season. It would be difficult now because it would be out of our hands. We would just have to try and win our game and hope West Ham slipped up. So that was West Ham's 37th game, this one, and it put them, as I say, in second, a point above us. So we played our final game against Crystal Palace away from home, and Alisson stupidly got sent off again, as he has done quite a few times this season. Benteke, an ex-Red, actually missed the resulting penalty, which was very lucky for us, otherwise it would have been a very hard night. You can see he used to play for us. And Keita scored a 90th minute winner, which I actually celebrated really happily because I wanted to win this game. No matter what the West Ham score, no matter what happened in that, I wanted to bow out with a win here and give us confidence going into the Champions League final. So Keita, yeah, got us a great win there. It was a very sort of drab game, really. Not a lot in it. Very close, to be honest. Same shots on target. They shaded the passes completed. Keita got man of the match, obviously with the goal. But yeah, delighted with that victory, considering we went down to 10 men, especially with our keeper so early on. And yeah, it was. I think what we did. Alisson, we put Schick there, and then Mane there. And then obviously brought Salason on. So yeah, we done our part in getting the 1-0 win for going for second spot. Let's have a look how West Ham done. So West Ham won their game 2-1. They beat Watford, which meant they secured second spot, which, you know, fair flipping play to them, to be honest. Jurgen Klopp's done a monster job there. Really has done a good job. They beat Watford. It was a tough game, but that meant that they sealed second spot and would also play the Community Shield final against Man City next season. Even though it's a sort of a Mickey Mouse curtain raiser, it would have been nice to have another chance at another stab at silverware, you know, because City won the FA Cup. That meant that second place would compete the Community Shield, obviously, and as I say, West Ham secured that. And this was the result in league table. Obviously, City were champions a couple of games before. West Ham in second, us in third. United got the final Champions League spot. Arsenal in the Europa. Chelsea also in the Europa in sixth, but they also were in the FA Cup final, weren't they? So they get. I'm pretty sure they get a Europa spot as well. Don't know about Everton. I don't know what happens with them. They might miss out. I don't know if they go into the qualifying or what have you. But because Tottenham won the Europa, didn't they? Or if I don't know if you've seen that actually, have you? But yeah, they won the Europa League. They beat Midtjylland. I might have shown you that in the last episode. I don't know when that happened. But yeah, they won 2-1 Tottenham. So if we could beat Barcelona in the Champions League final, we'd play Tottenham in the European Super Cup. So yeah, Tottenham won that, and I think that qualifies them for the Europa again. So yeah, that's the top half of the table there, how it finished. And you got that Newcastle, Burnley, Sheffield United all going down there. And you get Man City back on the Roll of Honour list as winners and West Ham as runners-up. In terms of average rating, Aguero was like the best player in the league, judging on average rating. Kevin De Bruyne, most assists there. Aaron Lennon quite high up, which is, for his age, he must be sort of late 30s, well, early 30s. He's still doing it well for Burnley there. And goals, obviously, Lacazette top. We had Wesley in third, which was good. Bit disappointing though that our next one, Mane, was like in 18th, so it just shows that goals probably weren't as evenly stretched out as we thought. We relied on a lot of goals for Wesley this season, but Lacazette, top goal scorer there. Niels Peterson, obviously 31 German, who Klopp brought in, his compatriot, has done a good job for him as well in second. So that was the Premier League there. And you got the Championship. QPR won the playoff final. 3-2, so they go up. That was how the semis went. And QPR go up with Brentford and Swansea. Brentford as champions, Swansea in the second promotion spot. So them three go up next season. And going down, you have Sunderland, Huddersfield, who have gone from the Premiership down to the Championship down. So 2 successive relegations for them. And the guy, that Jan Seward, he's been with them from the start. He's not even been sacked, which is crazy actually, because you'd think they'd sack him for having 2 relegations. That is crazy, but yeah, so that happened. So we've obviously showed you the Europa League. You know the FA Cup winners, etc. But I'll go through it again. City beating Leicester. We knew that already. We saw that. And City beating Chelsea there in that one. We knew that, the FA Cup final, didn't we? There was that. I'll just show you that again, just recap on it. So, we played the Champions League final. As I say, you can see it played out live as it was played out in the episode that accompanies this. It'd be a say on it without sound in brackets. But yeah, this is how I sort of built it up and things. Yeah, you're about to find out how we got on. So yeah, here we go. So unfortunately, Mohamed Salah would miss another Champions League final. If you remember the one with Real Madrid, the first final, when Jurgen Klopp was in charge in real life, he went off after Ramos what looked like deliberately injured him, so he missed out on the final there, practically played a little part of it. Devastating for him. Then we played Real Madrid again in our first season under me. He couldn't make that final, and it would be for the 3rd time running he wouldn't make the final again, because his condition, obviously this is his condition now after the final, and this is him not having played. It was worse than this. It was about 61, something like that. So I just couldn't start him. There was no way he would be fit for it. I couldn't risk him in such a big game like this, playing him with a condition like that. So unfortunately for Mo Salah, he'd miss out pretty much, you could say, a 3rd Champions League final. Devastating for him, considering he is our best player when fit, but he's never fit, is he? That's the trouble. So yeah, Salah missed out, so we'd go in extremely hampered yet again against a monster of a team in Barcelona with Lionel Messi. So yeah, that was a blow. So here we are, Barcelona versus Liverpool. a chance of redemption for Liverpool. Third final in a row, lost to the Spanish giants in Real Madrid twice in a row already. They now play the other Spanish giants, Barcelona, who win their league. Messi, Suarez, Coutinho, Rakitic, all the players that you can think of, quality all over the field. But why should we be afraid? We have quality as well. We've built a quality team. Be a monstrous game. Yeah, let's get this recap started.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the two finalists for the Champions League final.
And there you have it, champions of Europe. Absolutely amazing. As you can imagine, playing it live, I just hit the roof when we won it. Sheer passion, to finally, out of the three finals in a row, we finally lifted that elusive 6 European Cup trophy, the Champions League trophy. Keita scored, Rakitic went off injured. It was such a tense game. You can see by the stats there wasn't a lot in it. Look, it was so close. It really was, and it was edgy all the way through. We just kept them quiet. Our defence was brilliant. It says there that they were pretty steady, but we really did have a good game. Their defence was good as well, though, as you can see. Just absolutely over the moon. We've done it without Salah as well. That's obviously how we set up going into the final. Just fantastic. We lifted our 6th European crown, beat Barcelona, and yeah, you see it there. We're on the history roll. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously the competition, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Champions League times winners. Brilliant. Yeah, obviously you won't be able to detect the passion in my voice right now because it is a recapping video with as I say, because the other one didn't record my sound. But brilliant it was. What that also does is, I know it's a bit of a Mickey Mouse trophy, but it will qualify us for this competition next season, which will cause a bit of a hindrance to league fixtures and things, and it'll be extra games to play, so we're going to have to really have the depth to compete on all fronts next season. But particularly I'm interested in this competition, for all it being a bit of a Mickey Mouse comp, is this final, 2005. Most Liverpool fans will remember that final. We absolutely battered Sao Paulo. We had goals ruled out offside, chance after chance. Their keeper, I believe it was Rogerio Ceni or something like that, their captain, had a game of his life. How he didn't win that final, I never know. And even though 14 years on now, I'm still pretty gutted about that final. As Mickey Mouse as this competition is, it's one that Liverpool haven't won. And yeah, as I say, I was devastated with that final to not win it, because I wanted Liverpool to be on the history roll of it, and we'll get another crack at that. I will get a crack at that, putting Liverpool's name firmly on it. So I look forward to that competition, and I will take it seriously. As I said before, if we won the final, which we have now, we know we'll play Tottenham, an all-English European Super Cup final as well, so we got that to look forward to. Again, probably another Mickey Mouse competition, but still it's another trophy for us. Last won that back in 2005, beating CSK in Moscow. I remember that game. It's like 3-1, I think, or 3-2. And then we beat Bayern Munich in 2001. I remember that one as well. We went 3-0 up. Michael Owen having a great game. And then they scored 2 back. And it was 3-2. We beat them. Watched that out in a pub in Spain. So yeah, we entered 2 other competitions with this Champions League victory. I'm just over the moon, because that now takes my tally as a manager. You can see it on there. The 1 league and the 2 cups there. Brilliant stuff. Best manager in England and the 2nd best manager in the world. So yeah, just over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. So in terms of what happens now, you've got the European Championships coming up. I will probably play through the whole of pre-season, including the friendlies, and get to probably the Charity Shield game, or probably our first game of the season actually, and then I'll go back, show you who won the European Championship, who won the Community Shield, how we done in the friendlies, etc. And then we'll roll for another season. I want to keep this going for about, well, until I get bored basically. I'm passionate about this save. It's the club I love, obviously being a massive Liverpool supporter. So I am passionate about this save. I'm enjoying it, and more importantly, we're winning. This season, it looked like it was going to be a depressing one. We lost in the FA Cup semi to City, the League Cup semi to City, and we finished 3rd when we wanted top, obviously, but we were going for 2nd in the end. We finished 3rd. Would have been a disappointment had we lost the Champions League final, but boy, we've made it a phenomenal season with the Holy Grail there. So yeah, great episode, buzzing, as you can imagine. A lot of sort of thinking to do in terms of what we're going to do with the squad now. There will be a few outgoings. I've got in mind who will go out, who will be going. The Salah situation, I don't know what to do. He's a great player, isn't he? When he's played, he's delivered. But he's always sort of injured, and I don't know, I'll maybe keep him as a bit part player and play him when he can. But I think we're going to need a real starter. Now, we've got Schick, obviously, who had a good season. He's done well for his first season, but I've got a couple of players in mind who I'd like to bring in. We've also got, Thorgan Hazard coming in as well, haven't we? He's decent. He'll do well for us. Where did Mönchengladbach? We were 14, so yeah, he'd be a good option as well. So a lot to think of, but yeah, brilliant. And as I said at the start of the episode, if you'd prefer to view the whole episode, how it happened live, the commentary, etc., without me speaking, that you will have that episode. But this is more for me talking about it and things, if you prefer it that way, with the music, etc. So thanks a lot for a great season, everyone, and I will see you for season 3.